Welcome to Create with Amy 507. I'm doing a collaboration, part of a collaboration with Kat from According to Kat and her co-host Casey from Coffee with My Sunshine, and we're doing it Craft It 3 Ways. I chose 3 ways to use paper. Welcome. Here's how you make the dahlia, the petal, one of the petals. Just going to curl it over your finger. I'm putting some two-sided tape. These squares are 2.5 by 2.5 inches. And just hold it like that. I'm using a circle. This was a Dollar Tree item. It measures 11 inches in diameter. And I made 60 of those little dahlia petals. And they're 2.5 inches in a square, and I made 60 of them. So now I will put them on my circle. And here is my finished dahlia. And here is the dahlia with the finished banner, Welcome Friends, on it. All made from paper. My second project is I'm making a little pillow that'll hang on a doorknob made out of paper. And I'm using one of these large paper bags that you get when you purchase like something that should be flat. I've used these paper bags for wrapping things I want to ship in the mail. It's kind of like a thinner craft paper. So I'm going to just make a heart and cut it out. Okay, here's the heart I've came up with. I folded it and did it this way so then when you open it up, everything's symmetrical. I've chosen some paper that I love picking up scrapbook paper and things to make cards and crafts with. And so I'm just going to cut out a heart with this pretty paper by Authentique. Okay, I've got my heart cut out. And the neat thing about scrapbook paper is a lot of times there's another pretty side. So I'm going to use this, and I'm going to use this side later, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'll set this aside. And so now I'm taking my other side, I'm taking the piece that didn't have the seam, and this is where I'm going to make my pillow from, and I don't want to make that seam. Let's see here. I don't want to press it down too hard. So here I'm going to conserve a little paper. I'm going to go down here And I'm going to cut out a heart shape, but it's going to be larger, of course, so then I can stuff it. And so I'm going to make 2 of these. So what I did is I actually I folded it in half and then again over itself, so I could actually make 2 of the pieces that are the same size. And this is what I came up with. And I didn't want to have like a ridge on here, so I tried not to, fold it real tight, or make a seam is what I'm trying to say. Okay. And my bottom is just not quite where I want it either. I wanted it a little bit more of a tip. So we're just going to trim it like that. And now to make a pillow, I'm going to start and go around this way. And I'm going to stop right about here so then I can stuff it. And I'm using hot glue to put it together. Okay, I've got this glued around, and I decided to put a little stitching before I did the gluing so it wouldn't have any bumps or anything when I did the stitching. So just short little lines along there. I left this top open, and this is where I'm going to put the fiber fill. And try and do that gently so you don't rip it. Another way you could have done the pattern is just, you could do one of the hearts and then laid it down and glued it and then just trimmed around the entire thing without doing the backing. And then just work it as best you can. And I have already cut a little jute string. This is what I'm going to use to hang it with. And I am going to do all of that at the same time, and let's hope it works. So basically I'm just holding it and gluing it. And I will do that off screen because that will work better for me. Okay, I did take a little of that fiber fill that I had in there and just pressed this down and held it and glued it underneath. It's kind of a thin paper, and so if you had maybe a more durable paper bag, that might even work better yet, because I guess I'm a little concerned this is a little thin, but it'll work fine. I'm just going to hang it on a door. Okay. So now we can put on our pretty little heart here, and I will work with that with my glue gun again. Okay, I have got things glued around and secure in place. It's a little bit puckered on these corners, so perhaps a different shape would work better, but I still like it. I'm just going to put a little tag on there that says love, and I'm using the same paper that I used to make the heart out of. And I'm just going to like one of these tags. I just cut a rectangle. And then I come in with the tip of the scissors and I just kind of cut it from the corner and make a V shape and pull that out. And then I'm going to take the Sharpie marker and just put the word love on there. And then to add a little more, make it look a little more thicker, you can just, I learned this from another craft lady on YouTube, that anything that would go down, so you've got, you're going to go up, and then when you go down, that would become thicker. And so this would be thicker. And so you're making an O, And this is thicker, just like you're going to do your alphabet. Anything in the downstroke. Okay. Another little tip too, if I were to get this off center, let's say I, got the love over here, all you have to do to balance that out is just put a little heart or something, and then that'll balance everything. Okay, and actually I like the idea of a little heart. I'm just going to add one right here. And we are going to attach this to our little sweet little pillow here. Okay, I really like how it turned out. I'm going to go put it on the door and I'll show you that. This is number 2 craft that I can, or decor, made with paper. This is a pretty little door I have in my, we've got a little mini living room area that we like to stay in and watch TV. And so this is where I frequently put little things like this. And in the future, we'll decorate this door together. I want to put something on this on the glass, and I have not decided yet what to put on there. But there you go. Something pretty to hang on your door. My third project is going to be a little gift bag made with paper, of course. And I'm using a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock, and I've cut it down to 8 inches by 12. This 4 inches we'll save for later. I'm just going to take and make a tube. So put your glue along here. And then just add some glue and get your edges lined up. Okay, and then I usually just press that down right where it is. Okay, and I want these flowers to be the top of the box like this. So I'm going to work with this part of the box, or the paper, to make the bottom of the box. And so I'm just going to fold it over, and approximately 1.5 to 2 inches as a fold. And I always just kind of like to fold back and forth just to make it more pliable and easier to work with. Okay. Now I've got this where you still got a tube, but I can take and open this like this. And I'm pressing this down. Okay, and then I can fold this over. Now this is where we're going to make another fold at this point. And we're folding our tube like this. And I'm going to just go back and forth again here. And then we'll do the same for the other side. And this is a smaller gift bag. I have done gift bags with larger pieces of like wrapping paper. They're not as durable, but it's okay. If it's, not too rough, people aren't too rough with them. Okay, so those first seams we made, that's going to go inside. It's going to tuck in like this. Okay. We're going to tuck those in, and you can see it's kind of looking like a bag here now. And here is our bottom, and this is where we're going to finish up. All right. And for ease, I just snip this end. so I can work with it a little bit better. But we're going to push this down using those seams. And just push it where it naturally wants to fold. Okay, and you're going to make new folds as this goes down. And this one can be folded over. Okay, and then we're just going to take and glue the bottom, and then you'll have your pleated bottom. And this is where I reach my hand in here, and then I just kind of hold it so it can get securely glued shut. And the second time, just put some glue on there and hold it. And at this point, it might work for you just to bring it down on your table and hold it like that. So you've got your little pleated box. And if you don't like the height, this is where, if you wanted to, you could trim that. Maybe I'll trim a little off. I don't need it as tall. Put it together, trim it off. And then I'm going to add some ribbon for handles. And I'm just going to go inside here. And I've got the kind of ribbon that's, one direction. So I'm just going to lay this so it flares out. And then I'm going to come back like this, so it stays like this. And do the same thing for the other side. If you don't have ribbon, you can use your jute twine. That would look cute too. That's what I did with that other one. Whoop, and I didn't. Let's do it right here. Oh, this glue. There we go. Okay. There is my little box, my little gift bag made with paper. I do have a little tip as well. You can take that leftover paper and make a little tag and put, to and from on there. Punch a little hole in there, and you've got a little tag that can hang nicely on your bag.